completed their quarterfinal in the Uber Cup, which means both Chinese teams have made it to the semis. Court 3 is now empty. It's still 1-up between Korea and Indonesia in the other Thomas Cup quarterfinal. And also the host nation India are playing Indonesia in their Uber Cup quarterfinal, and India are currently 1-up there. A shock there, perhaps for you? What?
No, not yet. Sina won, and that to be expected. But obviously Sindhu has to follow up.
And she's now 14, 15, 12 in the third.
Yeah, but lots of things can still happen. Let's see.
I'm sure we'll hear it from the crowd if she does. Meanwhile, back on court 2, the action has started, and VITTINGHUS with an early couple of points, but as has been the case with the other matches, just testing themselves out, I think. Getting used to the court, used to the atmosphere, always so important. Janne Jorgensen has now come down from the stands and
sitting next to Kenneth Jonassen.
1-3.
Immediately, 5th point. It's a nice rally.
That's good anticipation by VITTINGHUS. Very good anticipation on that forehand. But Wei Feng really played the obvious shot, that one there. Cross court, that was an obvious shot. He should have kept it straight, either short or long, but kept it straight.
So the points racking up here for Denmark. And Hans-Kristian VITTINGHUS
2-4.
As always in singles, Chong Wei Feng will be very wary of letting his opponent streak ahead. And it's just a bit too low. VITTINGHUS to recover. He had a good attempt at it though. Generally speaking, in fact, all of the attempted recoveries, there you go, haven't been that far off the mark.
No. But I think this match is a match who can stay cool.
Well, that was well read. So
I think neither of the two players is famous for being cool under pressure, so the one that really can keep it together best is having a very good chance of winning this match. Good cross-court smash here.
5-4.
There's lots and lots of support in the Danish camp. I think they have a very nice and good team spirit.
As I said, it's actually renowned, and you were saying this, the European powerhouse is Denmark, and they've really made, I know they've had some success at the Thomas Cup.
Yeah, we never made it all the way up. We never won it. We've been in the final on many occasions, but always beaten.
Yeah. Lacer have won it on 5 occasions, and there was a hat-trick 1949 to 55. I have to look that one up because it's a long time ago.
Yes, a million years ago.
In fact, the Thomas Cup itself was right at the beginning of it.
Yeah, 49 first time.
So when they were known as Malaya. And 1 of 3, so it's just Indonesia, China, and Malaysia that have won the Thomas Cup. I think there are 5 nations that have won the Uber Cup, including the United States, actually.
Yes, back in the 50s.
That's right. The time when
Judy Hashman was playing.
Yep, and Uruguay were winning the World Cup. So
yep.
The sporting world was different.
Yeah.
So 7-5, and it is playing out just as Morten Frost has called it, to see which of these players can handle this pressure.
So 6-7.
And you were saying earlier it would be great for the likes of Chong Wei-Feng and the other Malaysian singles shuttlers to play every day with Lee Chong Wei and kind of fine, but there has been a couple of occasions I know in Malaysia that where Chong Wei will opt to train by himself and they will play by themselves as well. So really that transference
Yeah, that's
quite been there.
something obviously the Malaysian setup have to work on.
Yeah.
It's somehow for Chong Wei obviously to pass the legacy on to somebody else.
Yeah.
And that's also part of being the best player.
Yeah. And VITTINGHUS there just scrubbing off obviously some moisture with his shoes. 8-6. And that's some nice pressure there.
9-6.
Now, he did have an early 3-point lead, so this isn't the biggest spread we've seen so far. Getting closer to the midway interval for the first game. I'm sure he'd be happy to go in 11-7, 11-8. Of course, ideally, you'd like to go in 11-6, and that now is a chance.
I think that Wei Feng is a little bit too defensive. He's giving the initiative away to VITTINGHUS far too much, and he's got to go in there and put some more pressure on. Otherwise, VITTINGHUS was just run away with it.
7-10.
That's a chancy shot from Hans-Kristian.
Yep. So 7-10. I think Wei Feng was looking to kill that point off. He didn't expect it to come back.
Very demoralizing for Wei Feng, that one there.
So 11-7 to Hans-Kristian VITTINGHUS. That's 11-7 in this match, the third match in the Denmark-Malaysia tie. As you can see, it's one apiece. And once again, Morten Frost, former world #1, has been sitting next to me and he's called it almost exactly. And we're talking about how India were 1-0 up in their quarterfinal against Indonesia. PV Sindhu at that point was leading. Well, now she's fallen behind. Still, all those results will, I'm sure,
match point down, 2019 third set.
And how things have changed. Your exact words were, there's plenty more in that, and there was. Meanwhile, Hans-Kristian VITTINGHUS and Chong Wei Feng battle it out on
Good
court
play
2.
by VITTINGHUS, really well played.
12-8.
And it must be so encouraging to come off the midway interval, score that first point, get your game back underway. And that one he followed all the way, but as you can tell, the India tie is getting a little bit more dramatic.
20 all.
It would probably be good to actually update people on that as it goes. There is happening on court 1, so there is coverage of that happening anyway. 13-9 here.
I think that VITTINGHUS is composing himself really well. You know, I think he has played well in the beginning of this game and 39 up, but it's not the way. It's not he's up 13-9, but it's the way he's up 13-9.
Yeah.
This is the first, honestly, the first really major mistake he's made. That smash, which was way out of the court. But otherwise, I think he's really composed himself, played safe, do what he knows he can do well, and then just sticking to his guns, waiting, and you know, creating a good lead.
Yep. And it's something we've seen in the other performances by the other Danish players that have taken to the court so far. Just a good plan of attack. 11-13. Feng is closed up a tiny bit.
That's out.
That one's out.
12-13.
So, a chance here. Of course, this has now become a very significant tie, the third match. It usually is in Thomas Cup action. It could be your winning point, of course, or it could be the point that resets the tie.
So, ever since I said what I said, Feng has got four points and edging back to 13 all. So
a lack of concentration, perhaps a loss of concentration from Hans-Kristian.
He has hit a good lines, good shots on the lines.
Oh, and that one, he is playing on the drifty side of the court, but that one looked a bit too wide to be just the drift. Yeah. Well, saying that, you can never, of course, tell how much you're getting. There was a couple of instances this morning where the drift disappeared, and all of a sudden, everything was playing to the length it was supposed to. 14-13 now, and CHONG ahead. Now, Hans-Kristian VITTINGHUS and CHONG Feng trying to drown out the sounds of that increasingly dramatic Indonesia Uber Cup tie that's playing on the court right next to them as they fight for a point for their countries, Denmark and Malaysia. That was a good shot by VITTINGHUS, well recovered by CHONG. And that one wide.
It's a good rally, very good rally from both of the players.
Fifteen, 14. Malaysia take a slight advantage. It was a bad choice of shot from Hans-Kristian VITTINGHUS there. Went for the backhand downward stroke. That one's wide. That one's long, sorry.
Service over, 15 all.
And we might have to start speaking up, Morten, because it's getting louder in here. 15 all.
We just shout louder then. We've got the mics.
Yeah.
We've got the control.
We've got these great little volume knobs here as well that we can turn up
Just
if we
like
need
at
to.
home on TV, when you've got the remote control, you rock.
Agreed, agreed.
16.
Now that was an
15.
interesting net trade-off there between. Look at this. Just smashed back and forcing Wei Feng to actually power and take protection. Bit of an apology from Hans-Kristian VITTINGHUS, who's 16-15 up. And that looks good. So, CHONG Wei Feng pulling out the shots when he needs to. That was very nice. It is very difficult to take your eyes off the India-Indonesia tie, but let's not take away from the importance of this one as well. In fact, to be honest, all the games being played in this evening session, the fifth day, quarterfinals at the Thomas and Uber Cup Finals 2014 in New Delhi, have been worth watching. Now CHONG Wei Feng has a chance.
So now it's all about who is cool. 16 all.
17, 16.
Bit of a risky shot from Wei Feng.
He
He's
has
going
played a couple,
wide.
yeah.
And going back to what we saw in the men's doubles before, you know, a point here for VITTINGHUS, 18-16, can really make a huge difference. Here it comes. Oh, he didn't finish it well.
No, he was too much on that for CHONG Wei to get. What a rally. There was not much he could do playing off the floor. And so he just sent it back, and it was of a nice height for Wei Feng. As you can see here, he couldn't get back in time. And it wasn't the most power on that backhand stroke, but it was enough. 17 all. Wei Feng with the serve. And if you have a look at this rally now, that's how it played out.
That's going all over the place.
Yeah. I'd like to find some kind of normalcy in that, but as you can see, it just goes to show that good court coverage from both players. 17 all. That's actually the second time that I've seen one of those play out today, and all I can say is that one looked a little bit more interesting than the first one. Now, this is interesting. 18-17. Wei Feng.
And now it goes the other way around. Because Wei Feng get this one, you know, he's close to winning.
19-17, you're right. That pressure just switches back to the other side of the court.
Yeah.
And
called in.
VITTINGHUS looks around.
Yeah, that's called in.
That's called in. So Wei Feng with the psychological advantage and the points advantage. 19-17. It is so different scoring 2 points and scoring 4. And as you can tell, over on court 1, India has made it 2-0 against Indonesia. Surprising result, but with the power of the host nation behind them, a good performance. As we turn our attentions back to court 2, this is a very important point for Hans-Kristian VITTINGHUS. He's serving, and the difference between 2018 and 19 all
is devastating.
And he's managed to get it to 19 all right now. Which of these players, as was predicted by Morten Frost, can about confidently of course, this point here would leave an open chance for the next doubles pairing for either nation to book their place in the semi-finals. And that was a very costly error there. Game point.
Yeah, but it's a risky shot. That's a risky shot by VITTINGHUS. Really taking a chance there. Well played, and he knows it. I can see it on his expression. He knows he was lucky to get away with that one.
Sometimes the shuttle breaks your way. 2019 game point. Well rushed back, and he's done it. So far everything going Denmark's way. After that point delivered from Lee Chong-wei. 22 minutes. One more game, and Denmark will be 2-1 up. So, after the initial point delivered by the world number 1, Denmark has not been fazed by the Malaysian team. They've been playing their game, and they've been playing it well. And that even includes the recently injured, as you said, Morten Frost, sitting with me here in the commentary box. A recently injured Hans-Kristian VITTINGHUS. He's delivered as well the first game, and now if he can take this second game, these second singles, it will be a very interesting advantage for Denmark in this tie. Now, I don't know what his coaching staff were telling him just now, but he's definitely come out of the blocks here.
Feng really have to be careful now, because not only has he lost the first game 21-19, Hans-Kristian VITTINGHUS is gaining confidence by it.
Momentum.
The Malaysian is also standing on the fast end, so he can't play that baseline game as what he did in the first game. So it will be very interesting to see if he can keep it in.
You'd expect, of course, that if you tried to play a net game, that the taller Danish opposition would, and that's a good example of the drift right there.
That's the sideway drift. Took it out as well.
It's actually that corner Of course, if he does, as I was saying, if he does get caught with the net game, then he might be finished off. And that's in.
That's in. That's why I say that would definitely benefit VITTINGHUS again.
The fact you can hit it as hard as you like from that side.
Not as hard as you like, but you can give it a good thumb.
A little bit harder, a good thumb.
And obviously, Feng really have to start bringing that attacking game up.
Yep.
Because playing a rallying game on the difficult side is definitely not the answer in my book. He's got to find answers now of scoring points, go for the attack, close the net down, really get the lift and use that drift to his advantage in order to create more power and pace on his smash.
Yeah. And that's the only way it's going to happen. He can be happy with that little net trade-off there, but as Morten Frost said, it's not the ultimate solution. He's already seen 4 points just vanish in this second game.
2-4.
Words of encouragement from the Malaysian coaches.
That's good
And
angle.
that's a very confident smash.
Yeah, good angle.
5.
And you'd think that Janne Jorgensen was still on court, the way he is fist pumping and really getting into it, and that you were talking about the team spirit in the Danish camp. Every time I've seen the Danes play, it's there all the time. And they may not have the titles to reflect some of the Asian nations that are taking part, but it's, I think, really important in all sport to have teams that come up and really play with passion and really play with their heart.
3,
Yeah.
5.
I agree. But there's been some very interesting results this week, and I think it's nice to see things that are being turned upside down now and again, and I definitely think there's been many surprising results this week.
Yeah.
That's called in.
5.
It is. Let's just have a look at that. Slowed right down. Well, not the best of angles to view it.
No, not from this side.
And that one has been called out. So,
4.
so far so good. Hans-Kristian VITTINGHUS, if he can just keep this 2-point buffer, he is the more confident player on court right now.
7-4.
And he's taken it to 3. This has been a trait that we've seen so far. We saw it in the doubles just now as well with Conrad and Kolding. Sticking to the game plan, trying to minimize the errors. And as I said it, well, there's one right there.
5-7.
Yeah, but it could have been a winner.
Could have been.
Yeah.
And there you go. You'll always see in the reaction from the missed shots as to where it was going. I think I did pick up earlier on one of your commentaries earlier in the week when you were talking about shots that speak, and you were talking about the, you know, not just returning and not just finding position, but actually expressing yourself through the rack. And I thought that was a fantastic image. I thought that was exactly what you can see in some of these comebacks that happen.
Oh, that was a poor shot, and he knows that was a really poor shot. Not even close.
So 6-7. Feng with a chance from this fast end of the court to level things up.
So he's in
And
trouble.
there you go, there you go.
He's in trouble on that side.
Service over.
And he knows he's got to play that net in order to get the lifts. But the thing is also, very often when you see Feng play, he only smashes once. If that one comes back, there's not sort of a second pressure and a third pressure. There's only one pressure. That's it. If you get that one back, you're out of trouble again.
Yeah, yeah.
He's got to learn to add pressure on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in a row.
Like a doubles phase kind of
He's
smash.
got to
Right,
come in
yeah.
and come in and come in. But it's like
7,
playing the first
8.
one. You sort of, okay, I didn't get a point on
I'll
that. Okay,
reset the whole.
exactly. And he's got to learn to add that pressure. See, that's what I mean. There's the pressure from VITTINGHUS twice.
Yep.
He's going up for it, playing that net shot to get a second lift, and then he get it down second time. You never see
Wei Feng
do that. Never.
Of course, by doing that, you really cut down the options of the shot as well, and lots of errors can creep into the receiver's game, and really you're pushed into a block or a lift. And that one's long. Maybe a little bit too excited from.
It's a good lift, but it was a tight net shot. Well played by Wei Feng. Very tight. Good play.
8-9. And he needs more of that good play as we again approach the midway point. And as we do, I can tell you that unbelievably in the India-Indonesia match, the great pairing of Gracia Polly and Krishna Ashwarya currently 2-4 down. I know there's a lot to be played there, but
still a long way to go.
Yeah, it's an interesting headline from a journalist point of view that's growing. But back to court 2, 10-9. Now he's done very well, Wei Feng. Out, and he's done everything he was supposed to do. As we go into the interval for the second game, 11-9. Of course, Wei Feng already one game down. Give Denmark a 2-1 lead. If he can just hold on. That 11-point midway break has gone the way of Malaysia and Wei Feng. Bit of encouragement for him there. But it has been a good performance so far overall as a team from Denmark. Started by that man right there, Jana Jorgensen. He didn't win his point against Lee Chong-wei. Not many people do, but he definitely took it to the limit and had his chance. Now, we've seen a little resurgence in Wei Feng's game here, but definitely still. Oh, it was deep.
12, 10.
It was another dive from VITTINGHUS, who's now 2 points back, and I think this is, correct me if I'm wrong, Morten, this would be the first time that
11-9, 11-9, 12-10 now.
Yeah. He's been down 2 points successively. And let's see how he deals with the pressure now. Was a rubber game needed in the Chong-wei-Jorgensen match. Straight games, of course, for Conrad and Kolding over Tan Boon-hyung and Hun Tien-hao. That's great play from Wei Feng. Now 13-10. Whatever it was. And Russia Tsidek and Co. said to him, has fired him up enough. He's now set his targets on the second game.
That's a good call by VITTINGHUS. I really thought that was landing in, not when it was still in the air. I thought, you know, this looks to be in, but it was going out.
Out two. A little more clear cut, and this is going to be good. Hans-Kristian VITTINGHUS 1 point back now. The business end of this game, where the psychology of badminton starts creeping in. Lost concentration there.
14-12.
You know, he's got to stay disciplined. This is not disciplined.
Yeah.
He was playing it, what we call it, into the court. Not, it was a shot towards the front of the court. It was not a tight net shot, but he was playing it into the court. And he could have done that 2, 3, 4 times, waiting for the lift. Maybe that lift would be too long, but here he suddenly went for sort of a fancy shot, played it out, and he lost it.
Yeah, so at least you have the chance.
He's got to stay disciplined.
And we've seen a lot of that discipline in this match. Right now, it seems to be cracking a little, but this is also for some great shots from Wei Feng. That one's way too long.
He should have that patient and kept that discipline, because this is what will happen. You know, these lifts out the court, they will happen. Look, say patience, play out.
Yeah. Force the issue back to your opponent.
Yep.
And now 13-15 down.
As I usually say, give them another chance of making a mistake.
And that's from one of the greats. You've heard it here. If you're currently taking up badminton and thinking, you've just heard probably the most crisp piece of advice you could get.
Give them
yet another chance to make a mistake.
Good defense by Wei Feng there. Very strong, he can lift that.
And it looks like VITTINGHUS is, as you said, calmed it down. Oh, help there. That's a key point to be helped by the net.
Yeah, that was important. Good shot for him.
16-13. Best chance yet. Make that 17-13 now.
This game has slipped, I think, for VITTINGHUS. I know it's obviously not decisive, being 17-13 down, but as the match has progressed and how we've seen it, it's difficult for him to score 4 points without Wei Feng scoring.
Oh, there's one of them.
There's one, but telling you,
as I said, victim of the drift again.
Yeah, we haven't seen many runs of points.
Yeah, exactly. And that was just snatched that again. I think he knows that. And now this is a very good position for CHONG Wei Feng. 18-14, and a good chance for Malaysia to get back in this second singles match in their quarter-final against Denmark.
19-14.
Poised nicely at one apiece. Which of these players can deliver that all-important second point? That's out again, and this game really has slipped.
Game point.
So game point. Wei Feng. time to force a rubber game. And he's got it.
Second game
21-14. A collapse of sorts in the last 5 or 6 points from Hans-Kristian VITTINGHUS, something I'm sure his coaches will be talking about, but as of now, a rubber game called. Moments here in the Denmark-Malaysia quarterfinal. Hans-Kristian VITTINGHUS taking on Feng, and we have seen a very organized, disciplined build-up from pretty much all the Danish players that have taken to the court now, and it was followed by VITTINGHUS up until that second game where it just seemed to crumble a little bit.
Yeah, he slipped away from Hans-Kristian.
This time,
bad luck for Feng. That was right up on the top of that tape.
Would have been fantastic. Deciding game. Second singles, important match, important result to get.
That's a good cross to this match. Very neat.
2-1.
Had the right pace on it.
This can be a very, very nervy match, knowing the two players.
It's even more interesting, really, when you have them at this level, where they could make mistakes and they could play well. It's good for the neutral. Good for the neutral, of course.
You don't know what's in the hat. There's a good lift by Hans. Another one there.
Two apiece. Played it just the right part of the body, be irretrievable. So 2-all and nicely poised. He knew exactly where he was going to put it. Good jump. He's playing in the fast end of the court, remember. It was nicely weighted.
Very difficult to lift, as you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see if they go point by point.
This would be interesting if it I was just thinking that if it ended up.
We've come to 29 all.
Yeah, 29 all, 30 all. Just that second point in the tie hanging in the balance at all times. That would be amazing. Right now, though, maybe point by point, but it's Chong Wei-Feng with the serve at 4-3. And that one
5-3.
has turned up. As you can see, VITTINGHUS just recovering that from inside the umpire's chair.
Yep.
5-3 now. And you can just see that confidence that was brimming in VITTINGHUS earlier. Just coming out. Oh, that was very nice.
But he's got to mix it up now.
Yeah.
He's gone for that cross-court smash quite a few times now, and he's got to go straight or on the forehand side of the body. He's got to make a change in some of his next attacks, otherwise it's too simple.
So 4-5. Just couldn't connect. He was moving forward. That backhand push. Those backhand shots so much more difficult to control.
Push too long.
That's too long. Playing on the fast end again. The drift victim. 7-4. Now Malaysia will feel much better if they can carve a point out of this match.
Which I think they will.
It looks that way. 8-4. A lot more energy, exclamations, fist pumping from Wei-Feng. He looked a little bit more subdued.
Yeah, but Wei-Feng is looking just more solid. It's not making as many unforced errors as VITTINGHUS is.
He's rising to the occasion. Interesting. The results keep pouring in. I'll give you an update on those later on.
It's going out. That's what I see. He's losing it.
Yep.
He's lost the plot, as I usually say.
Well, it sums up things so well, doesn't it, really? It can be used on a number of occasions, lost the plot, and in terms of the World Team Championships, which is what the Thomas Cup is, there is a plot that is set by your coaches, and they try and get you to stick to it as much as possible. And if you lose it, you can lose everything.
10.
And still confident words from his teammate, Janne Jorgensen. Oh, another great around the head
11-5 interval.
for the 11-point break, which he claims again.
Seconds. Code to 20 seconds.
And here we have the Malaysians spectators. This the Uber Cup team following the boys playing. There'll be lots and lots of support. And what a commanding lead is for Wei Feng here.
Right.
Another one here. So 12-5 up in the third and
Looking
deciding
good.
game.
5.
Looking really good. Solid, much more solid than VITTINGHUS at the moment.
And I suppose this was a direct command from the, or direct guidance, I suppose, from his coaches. And he's moving a lot easier now, a lot freer.
He's gaining
5.
confidence, obviously, as he's leading by 8 points now.
And this is one of those match. If you're 13-5 down this game, this has got to be a psychological barrier that Hans-Kristian VITTINGHUS is going to have to climb and overcome.
And he will not.
14.
Not
5.
enough match practice, been out for too long.
And not enough points left for him to find his way.
Service over. 6-14.
So 14-6 now, and it does look like this contest is over. And of course, we were saying it before, what an important point this would be for Malaysia. And he really does look
6.
the part now. There's such a different air about him. He's moving so quickly. He knows, he can smell. And he's got a really good chance in this game.
15.
If Hans-Kristian VITTINGHUS is to do anything, it has to be now. No. Another great forehand from CHONG Wei Feng. You see it here. Using the drift there, as you were saying, Morten. And
Yeah,
that
CHONG
smash
Wei
was-
Feng has played a solid third game here, and as I said quite a while ago, VITTINGHUS has lost the plot, and
Yep.
and I think CHONG Wei Feng has really grown in confidence and is playing a lot more solid game, not making that many mistakes, and that's why he's 16-7 up. Now look at that.
And
Another
that's
good winner.
17-7.
Yeah.
Yep.
17.
10 points.
Safely secured point for Malaysia, 2-1 up in a very short time, and then it's up for the Danes to see if they can win the last two. And I've said it earlier, I think they're standing a very good chance.
Yep. Well, we shall see in the next doubles matchup. That's coming up after this.
18-7.
But all that's left now is for, as CHONG Wei looks on there with the Uber Cup team, there will be, as you can imagine, some deserved applause.
Service over. 8-18.
Probably just a last shout for Hans-Kristian VITTINGHUS at 10 points down at 18-8. It's hard to silence those voices inside his head saying that this is already over. But he knows. But as pointed out by Morten Frost, it's very difficult to come back from injuries in badminton, of course.
Yeah, it takes time. It's a large stage to do the comeback.
Yeah, very large stage, the largest.
So, but there could be good tactics if Denmark have a firm belief in the fact that they can win the last two. obviously this is a tactically
Yeah.
well-played team.
Yeah. So 19-8, 2 points away from securing an important point for his country.
Match point.
It's
8.
impressive to watch what confidence means to players in the game.
Definitely, definitely.
Doesn't make any mistakes, hits really good winners down that backhand side of VITTINGHUS now.
Morton, you called it right from the beginning. You said this would be a battle of confidence, and you can see it clearly in this game especially. There's just a pep in his step and an electricity in his movement that
Down the line.
and he's done it.
Game.
So a great performance from Feng to deliver a point for Malaysia, who are now 2-1 up in this tie. But as Morten Frost has been saying from the very beginning of this tie, what we're seeing here is a very, very
Match won
solid
by Malaysia.
Danish
19-21,
strategy towards this tie,
21-14,
and it may have
21-8.
lost the plot, as he said, in this last game, but there's plenty more to come. Take my word for that. Players that were suddenly thrust into the spotlight after the tie score was 1-1. Feng and Hans-Kristian VITTINGHUS, the Danish player just back from injury and trying to find his form, and spurred on by his team. He did very well in the first game, and the plan of attack was going perfectly, as you can see that. Playing the net well. More important, he was forcing Feng into playing some difficult shots that were enough to erode his confidence just that little bit. But whether it was the team tactics or the coach's words at the intervals and at the end of the games, it was Feng that rose to the occasion in the end. And you can see here